I need to. You got another thing so you can check the audio? Because I don't have another thing. I don't have nothing. Hey,
Yes.
y'all. Welcome in. I'm sorry. This is all y'all gonna get today because I'm not coming on screen. I'm the reason why we are late. I fell asleep. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I fell asleep. But welcome to our Sister Keeper, Tyler Perry, Sistas Live After Show, with your good sister that talk TV with, and
Your girl Allie Mick giving it to you when I give it to you, but always in the nick of time.
always in the nick of time. Allie, can you double check and tell me if the audio is coming through clearly? I'm
It
sorry. I'm
is.
being a very bum. So, in all fairness, y'all, I literally had a flight today, and it was a day. Like, if y'all was in Baltimore and you happened to be on the light rail, you would have seen my ass lugging luggage through the streets of Baltimore at some point today. But anyway, we're here. Allie, how you feeling?
Um, life is lifing, but I'm here. So I'm
Life
gonna get
got
off what I
hands
need to get
and
off on this live.
come on. Life got hands and feet and the bitch wear Tim's and it's like, all right, are you done? Like, are you gonna stop stomping me? Can I get up? But alas, and then Tyler wants to release a new episode of Sisters. And it has the nerve to be ridiculous. Like, y'all, I'm gonna need every bit of the grace and pass that you could possibly cultivate for your good sis, because I don't believe I have anything productive to say tonight. I have very niche, specific qualms, and then the rest is gonna be vibes and additional antagonistic energy, and then Allie's great analysis. I fear. I fear that's what this is gonna be.
I'm with you.
So drop y'all's ratings in the chat. Thank y'all for staying up. For everybody who is still here. Again, I apologize. I definitely fell asleep and I literally woke up like, Allie, I was asleep as hell. But y'all are here. Drop y'all's ratings in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10. What did you think about the episode? I really just and I want to. I feel like maybe the episode wasn't as terrible as I'm really feeling like it is, but because my day was already so long and so ridiculous, and I felt like we got nothing. Like the episode was kind of pointless. That's why I'm feeling like it was so goddamn terrible. And I'm just gonna go into like just a couple. And Ellie, feel free to go wherever the hell you want to go from here. But I feel like the little things really took me out. So Sabrina wants Rich to go meet her at her house naked, but they also 2 episodes ago or even more agreed that she would not be having sex for a few weeks. Which one is it? Like you
Hmm.
go from having a woman come in here with no damn edges and you trying to temper the situation to allowing her to incite a goddamn angry mob inside the salon. If they was gonna do this protest shit, they would have been doing it outside. Like this makes absolutely no sense. Andrea Barnes spirals out, wants to command control and get her together, gives herself the big woman, put your big girl panties on ass conversation, throws back her wine, not going to allow herself to look silly over a nigga. And then the moment that a nigga texts her, now she's shaking in her boots again. Like, what are we talking about here? It was just thing after thing after thing of like, what the hell? What the hell?
It, well, let me just say that the episode was horrible. It's not just you. It's not just you. There was so many things in this episode, and even though there was like a crisis on my end, I did go back and watch the scenes that I wasn't able to see or be in in tune with while it was airing. But it really feels like, and somebody brought it up in the chat earlier, and I'm not sure who did. We're in episode, what was this, 4,
Five.
5? This is
Yep, five.
episode 5. We're still on the first day. When we come back next week, we're gonna be on the same day, and it feels nothing has happened. This episode again, it was a waste of time for Zach. To do what? Like I said in the chat earlier, I made some Zaccos. I said, how about you parlay that into a Zob? Because you do nothing. You literally do nothing but take up space. There is no need for you. It feels like, honestly, the writers had no direction this season. That's what I get. Like, they didn't know what to do with the story. They didn't know where to take the characters. The fact that we haven't seen Aaron since the baby shower is a huge issue for me. And not just the fact because I like Aaron or Kevin. To me, he's very intricate to Karen's story, and he's non existent.
Yeah.
To have this banter. Somebody tried to come at me under my video about how I was saying how Miss Marie and Fatima act as if for them to claim that Hayden's sex game isn't all that. They surely do talk about his body and his sex. And they kind of act like they miss it or reminiscing about it. And even tonight's episode, Fatima made countless of remarks about his weak missionary. And I'm like, was it because if the sex was bad, why do you talk about it so much? I'm really not understanding. And she still walk around the office like she's his boss. You're
No,
subordinate, like
but I
everything
think
about that.
when she first walked in and was like, "What was that about? Who the hell are you? What do you mean? What was that about? Why are you here?" Like, Fatima, don't make me throw the staple at your fucking forehead.
Fling this tape deck at you.
And I'm like, well, maybe I was nodding in and out of the whole episode because I don't remember seeing Zach at all. Y'all said Penelope
Oh
slept,
wow.
and I don't remember seeing that either.
Baby, that was the end. That was the last thing. She slapped
Oh,
the
I think
hell
I
out of
fell
Andy.
asleep. I think I fell asleep then. Cause I honestly the last thing I remember was Andy like spiraling out, drinking that damn wine, and then she got a text saying, "Well, I need to see you," and she's like, "Okay," and then basically just undid everything that she just did in her little fucking woman empowerment moment right then and there, and I was just like, "Oh, brother," and I think my mind just said, "Erica, this is enough."
Tap out. Did you
Wait, what
see
was
the did
that
you
on the screen?
Fatima called him. He was on there twice. Fatima called him and was letting him know how bad of a day she's having because Hayden is trying so bad to ruin Andy. And I'm like, girl, shut up. Shut up. And then this the part that got me. Fatima has a 30-minute lunch. She lives in Atlanta. She drove from the law firm to their apartment for what? You have a 30-minute lunch. Why are you there? That's when we found out Zach made Zaccos after she called him asking what he was doing, and he said nothing. Because we know do
He
nothing
ain't
Zach
never doing
does
nothing.
nothing. He never does. He's never doing anything.
Leave it
And
to
I'm
me.
like, you
Fatina's
hate
gonna get
Zaccos.
fired too, so y'all both can sit around and do nothing together. At least that'll be a goddamn storyline for y'all. Cause
Do
you ain't
nothing
doing nothing
together.
down at that damn law firm either. When she walked in talking about some, what was that about? I just because it's Hayden, you can't really root for him because he's sinister in his own right. But if it was an upstanding character, it's like throw something at her little beady headed ass. Because why are you walking in my office?
And that's the thing for me. And it'll always be a thing for me because, like you said, Hayden is not somebody that I root for, but Hayden does entertain me. Like he's definitely entertaining. And I think the thing that gets me is that you are a subordinate. I don't have to tell you anything. The same way Robin lost cool points with me when he was trying to so hard to convince Fatima that he was on Andy's side and doing what was best for her. The same way, I mean, Hayden lost cool points with me because why are you telling Fatima or explaining to her what you do with Miss Marie? If you boning Miss Marie, that's between you and Miss Marie. Whatever Fatima thinks she saw or what she saw, that's just what you saw. I'm not here to confirm nor deny anything to you. You work for me. I said so. This will always be my argument. Fatima walks around like she's the boss and she's not. She gets that privilege of trying to convince her that people are on the up and up. You are not that.
At all.
You literally are not like that's the part that gets me. I know some people like to talk about we'll never see Karen do no hair. Well, Karen owns the shop. She don't have to do hair. When Fatima owns her own law firm, she can do or not do. But until
Ooh.
then, she needs to do.
Until then, she needs to do. And while she's still in school, maybe she need to do some damn books. How about that? Do anything. It's not even like she don't have nothing that they could have her do, and they choose to make her do not a damn thing.
Facts.
Child. And
Facts.
then
Now, did you see?
Marie, now all of a sudden you back in Hayden's office. The last time you was in Hayden's office, I thought this was finito. You don't need him for nothing. So now the writer's goddamn backtracking and you sitting in here being all coy. Yes, you said some real shit to Hayden because his ego, his little wounded ego is going to be his death, his undoing and all of that. Cool. But when did they give you a business plan and perspectives and numbers and all of that when Karen was supposed to still be drafting it up? Like,
As of
y'all better
last week.
intelligence. Stop playing with my intelligence, writers. Stop it, because y'all pissing me off now.
Girl, I wish you could have saw my face. I said, when did this happen? When did they turn anything in? Because when Karen walked in the salon this last episode, she was telling Pam she would get it together. She would get it, everything. When? I said, see, this is why this show is so difficult for me when they do BS like this. And then you got Miss Marie. I can teach you so many things in the bedroom and the boardroom. Can you? Because you acting sprung. You acting real sprung for Hayden's sex game not to be what y'all
Hell,
say it's not.
strong as hell. And then what billionaire who Andy saves hundreds of millions of dollars got time to be doing this on her own? Like, Miss Marie is not nobody's billionaire. She's a damn multi-millionaire at best. And a bird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you, Journey with CC. And apparently Miss Marie got Hayden his job back or allowed him to keep his job. I says when?
And ridiculous things, that would be the thing that I actually would be most easily able to believe. Because we had to get something in reference to Robin, like, why would you do this? Miss Marie told you
Correct.
to. But Miss Marie, why would you tell him to? Knowing like how Hayden is, like, girl, what you want me to believe that the penis is weak, but Tima want me to believe the penis is weak, but you moving mountains and keeping this man in a position of power and allow him to keep his job. Like, it don't make sense. It's giving Dr. Umar like the black girls.
Mm.
So you want me to believe that the white girls called you handsome? Like, that's not what this is. Y'all lying on his penis. It sound like to me because you keeping him
You got to
around.
be. You have to be. You have to be lying on that man's penis in his sex game because there's just no way. There's just no way.
Child. So yeah, y'all. I'm sorry for the incoherent. I just got thoughts on the random. Like, none of this makes sense. That's all I have thoughts on. The episode as a whole is not.
Girl,
Tyler.
I told them earlier in the chat. I told them I said if I had to hear that chant in Karen's office one more time, girl, I want to go through my TV. The whole episode.
Completely,
I said I
entirely.
can't.
Karen didn't throw them out at one point. Like, be for real. Girl, you wouldn't have had no more hair left on your head. You came in here with your edges missing and you would have been scalped if y'all did this shit at my salon.
Did you see the scene with Sabrina and Danny talking at the bar?
Yes, because Danny asked is,
Okay.
and this apparently is, I guess, what's going to be the lead up. Because y'all, I did record my synopsis breakdowns, and I'm not re-recording the motherfuckers, so y'all gonna get what y'all get. But Rich is gonna have an attitude because of Sabrina's half truth, and I guess it's gonna be because she couldn't go to lunch with him, and then she pop up at lunch with Danny's drunk ass talking about
I
Carisha.
said,
Y'all, what do we do? every single storyline they deciding the shit to be with. Like every single one of them.
Every single one. When she said Carisha won't answer her phone because I guess she's setting boundaries. And yeah, I call her like all through the night, but isn't that what a therapist is for? Ma'am, if I was Carisha, baby, I'm like Big Red from Five Heartbeats. My office hours are from 9 to 5. No, you don't call me at no 2:45 in the morning. For what? I said, baby.
Friend, because she started as a damn client around me with that attitude. I don't, trust me, I don't need your low copay, honey. I really don't.
At all. At all. And I really, and this is how I felt. I think Sabrina had such a huge breakthrough last week. And even though Danny, I believe she was intoxicated, but she was still coherent somewhat. I think this would have been a perfect time for Sabrina to operate in complete honesty and not being passive with Danny. I could tell she
Yep.
was trying to go in that direction, but I'm like, no, give it to Danny real rap raw. I'm a good person. I'm great. I'm okay. No, you're not, ma'am. You're not. Everything that you think about yourself is the opposite. You're not
Like
okay. You're not a
you're
good. You're not the best person.
child, I don't even remember the substance of that conversation. So yes, everything Allie. Yep.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. Like, and I think for me, I'm looking at Danny and like you're literally spiraling, and you're mad at Tony for trying to put you in a position to excel. And I understand if that's not what you want to do, but for me to get that enraged or upset because she feels like he's trying to change her. And my thinking is, if Tony was trying to change you, number one, he's not doing a good job. And number two, you could have easily said, you know what, babe, I'm not, I appreciate it, but I'm not interested. It's a way that she could have handled it a lot better than to tell him, oh, you want me to be this. I'm not that B. And it's like, why are you responding in that way?
Child.
You don't want him to change you, but you do need to change. Who do you want to be?
From
Where do you want to go in life?
what I recall from that damn conversation is I'm not trying to fix him. I hollered, and I think that's where my brain cut off. Shout out to me, because I'm like paying attention to myself. I hollered, you can't fix him, ho. He can't fix you clearly. So I got to understand that she's like, he's just trying to fix me. Your ass is broken. And that's part of the problem. Like, she's that don't want to be fixed but are clearly broken. You are the problem, honey. You are the problem. And maybe you don't want this man to fix you. Cool. But somebody gonna have to do it. And you have yet to get the work to fix your goddamn self. So when are you gonna get fixed, honey? But again, we can never even get to that point because Daniela doesn't even believe that she's broken. Or she like halfway believes it. Every now and again, every 3 seasons, we get her alluding to the fact that she's broken and something is wrong in a journal entry or a little off the cuff comment. And then now she back down at the bar, drunk as hell, spiraling about somebody trying to do something right by her, but she feeling judged and she feeling projected upon. Like, this is take us back to season 6 when she's down there running from the girlfriends who try to have goddamn intervention with her ass. You guys are all judging me. You spew out all of your little random ass, ridiculous ass, insensitive takes on all of their lives and all of their situations at every given point. But when they sit down with you and have a real conversation about where you're at, what you're doing, and what you could do better, they are judging you. Then y'all go to hell.
Quickly, quickly.
Just says Danny
Yeah,
jumps to conclusions and projects. She did the same thing to Preston before they decided to change him. Yep.
those are facts.
And I'm sick of it. I really believe my brain just was cutting off at various points in the episode. I already knew what they was putting down, and I was just like, nope, next. I
Yeah.
don't remember specific, like what do you mean, and then being done. Shout out to my brain. Evolution is great.
It was because this episode, because I'm trying to replay it back in my mind, and I'm like, I don't even know what I saw that was like 48 minutes. I however long it was. I don't recall. I think I wrote the scenes down, but or typed them out, but I,
You gotta
I
start.
just
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no. I think I was taking out the very first scene of the episode, which I believe it was with Andy and Hudson, and the performance that Andy put on, it was so fake.
It was
It
literally
was
the
so
regurgitation
fake,
of that same scene from the episode before. Like, how many times are we gonna have to sit
literally.
watch Hudson tell her, "Girl, I got the power. You don't need to get to know. Doctor, don't tell her." That's the same thing. Y'all literally did the same exact scene in different words this time. I've already seen it. My God, I've already seen it.
That's why I feel like they I really wonder what went into this season in the writers room, because for me it feels as if they just, like I said earlier, there was just no direction. It feels like they just have these characters doing things just to do them. And we were talking about it in the chat earlier, like even with Zach, like somebody said, how are you a grown man and you talking about you're bored? Do something. And I'm like, you have a special needs child. Why are you not taking parenting class to better help him? You're sitting around home saying you bored and you making Zacos. You act like, girl, making tacos take no time. All you gotta do is do the ground beef or ground turkey, whatever you decide to do. That's it. Put the
That's
like
it.
you. That's nothing. And you want Fatima to give you a round of applause because you cooked tacos, my dude? No. And then when she came home, there he wanted to make Robin a suspect who possibly could have, did what he did to Gary. And then Fatima brings up Miss Marie and how Miss Marie friends were done dirty by Gary in the past and they lost so much money. I said, please don't bring Miss Marie in this or her friends and have it be one of them that did this. I feel like they're gonna pull some BS out their behinds when it comes to this Gary situation.
And that would be the stupidest thing that they could possibly do.
Because it's
Ugh.
taking up too much time. It's literally taking up too much space. It really did. But I ain't gonna lie, I was not expecting Penelope to hit Andy. I really wasn't.
She do. Oh, you said she did at the end.
Yeah, it was the very end. I think it was the very last scene. She slapped the piss out of her.
Well, I guess because Andy needed to be slapped, but also Penelope, girl, your ass have made some questionable decisions as well.
I said, "All right, Andy, you told them you hood and ghetto. Let's see next week what you do with this."
That's what she said.
That's what Andy. Remember, she told him, but she hood.
Oh yeah, way back
A
then.
couple. I'm hood. Girl. Don't nobody believe you
Andrea Bonds, please. Like Miss Marie said, Andrea Bonds cannot hurt a fly.
at all.
You think Andrea Bonds can do is hurt her own feelings or hurt her own self with her stupid ass decisions for her life. I was so excited for that moment where she's just like, you did this, and you never need to be under the thumb of a man. Blah 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 blah. Women's rights, whatever that damn speech was. I was actually excited for it. Then that damn text came, and I said, of course.
Should have known.
And they need to do like again. We started this conversation, this dialogue last episode, but I'm tired. I need y'all to take Karen's ass off the bench and put her in the damn game because this whole save Pam from her doofy ass decisions with this doofy ass product and this doofy ass customer cannot be all that we're going to get from Karen's character for the whole half of the first of this season. Please.
It can't. It can't. I'm like, how many times she told this girl to get out? And I'm like, I know Karen is pregnant, so you're dealing with the hormones and stuff, but I just felt it was out of character for Karen not to like just go and open the door. I said for y'all to get the hell out of my salon or
Mm.
something. I'm just like, I can't. This seems so out of character for her.
Mimi loves Sistas. I feel like somebody watches you when she says stand up. I was like, okay, okay, Andre, stand your ass up. Yes, they probably do, but they're not paying attention to the right parts because the writing is devolving in front of our eyes, and it's pissing me off. Me and my homegirls. Little things piss me off because Miss Marie talking about something. What does your generation say? Um, what did she say? Tighten up or something like that. Girl,
Don't get it twisted.
don't get it twisted. Girl, everybody says that. That's not even a. And I'm like, this is what I don't know who wrote this episode, but I'm like, y'all are aging yourselves because that's not even a saying. Like the way that y'all been using all types of stuff in this season in reference to dialogue, that's more of the times. Don't get it twisted. Niggas been saying don't get it
This
twisted
is
since the 80s.
I've been saying this since I was a child. Girl, don't get it. Girl, you know who wrote this episode, Erica?
Ooh, Jamie.
Nope. Our girl.
Maggie wrote this?
She sure did.
No, she didn't.
Yes, ma'am. And I was so hurt when I saw her name as the writer.
Oh no.
Yes, ma'am. I said, what happened?
Damn, I would have guessed everybody else before I guessed her. Wow.
Me too. I for sure thought Homeboy wrote this episode. And when I went back, I said, no, not her.
Like, see,
No, not her.
I hate that I'm gonna have to rewatch this goddamn episode because I didn't see half of it or not half of it. I'm being dramatic. The Zach parts because I was like, oh wait, we don't have a Zach in this episode. Finally, but a loss. It's just my brain protecting me. I definitely gotta see the slap.
Yeah. And after this episode, Andy needs to be done with Jordan on every aspect of the word.
What did Jordan do?
Because
I went to sleep right after the second
not
episode.
nothing. He didn't even utter a word. And this is my thing now. Of course, Andy, you know what I'm saying, she get on my nerves. But the fact that Jordan knew something was up for Andy to be doing what she was doing, he understood like what is he doing to you? Is he making you do this? He knew that Andy choosing to marry Gary in part was because she wanted him to go and live his life and not be subject to the things that Gary was doing. And also to protect him. Like he knew those things. And you let your sister walk in my house and put hands on me. And Andy was like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, I don't know what's going on. She was like, Jordan. And Jordan put his eyes to the ground as if he's completely clueless. I said, oh, baby, y'all done. Because there's no way in hell.
Ooh.
No way in hell.
Hey, so is this
He
gonna
didn't
clear the
say
path?
a mumbling word.
Will this clear the path for her to run her ass back to Robin? If Jordan ain't acting right, then hell, shit.
Yeah, it just might be.
Well, then I ain't mad at it. I'm glad that you did it. I'm glad that you did whatever you did to not have her back. She'll need to be with your ass anyway. You ain't the real Jordan anyway. No offense, Mr. Actor Man, but do you know you have 30 minutes? 30, yes.
Facts. Because I could not believe that. I'm like, you ain't gonna say nothing? And he did not. And then you blindsided her because she's texting you. You never told her that Penelope was with you. Because last time we checked, Penelope was in protective custody. How'd she get out?
Hey, and the damn FBI is on her back. Like, I would think that that man would want to keep Penelope away from Andy.
I said, what y'all doing?
Mimi says they need the storyboard and write and make sure there's continuity. Hello.
To
Charlie says it's giving me more reasons to want Robin. Hello. And Mimi says, "Don't picture Robin if you're not gonna show Robin. Let's not do that."
They showed a picture of him, but they didn't show him.
Wait, when did they do that? Erica, what
When
you
Zach
see?
was when Zach was adding him to the suspect list.
Oh, okay, okay. That little stupid ass futile mission.
I said, not that he got a cutout. I said, this is how I know the writers didn't have anything to do. How this is what y'all really giving for Team and Zach to do this season?
Uh,
Okay, okay. Hmm.
Taylor Allen said it disgusts me
Yeah,
when at nappy headed to Miss Marie. Hayden always calling the black woman nappy.
always nappy headed, hood rat, and I'm just like, really, dude? But he make like Hayden is he depicts real life because there are men like that, and just like
Huh?
him, got a black woman laying in your bed every night who you
That-
pledging your allegiance to and your heart to.
That's the part that's interesting because I think that they, of course, it's playing up his resentment and jealousy, I guess, of black women, especially like exceptional black women. But the more
Hmm.
he and how he talks about them, I would think he would be dating white women, but he only dates black women.
Hmm.
From what I've seen. But then also he has an incel nature to him too. So like it's less about him actually hating black women and more about him feeling rejected by black women and never really chosen. So then his defense mechanism is to attack us first until we like him.
Yeah.
Sir. And Chris is doing a great job with Hayden. I'm not even gonna hold you. I think Hayden was
Yeah,
the
he's
most.
on a magnificent job.
Yeah, like his scenes with Miss Marie while Miss Marie was getting on my damn nerves. Hayden feels very grounded and like this is a character that they haven't deviated from, and it feels true.
That's true. That is true.
Well, actually, I'm lying, not lying, but Hayden is interesting, but then also Paige and Maurice. I did enjoy them. I did. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Maybe it's because this episode
Yeah.
had nothing, but I enjoyed their asses.
I did too for what we got. For what we got of them, I did. Because it feels very real, it feels very true. And that's just something that we do not get a lot of in this show. And yeah.
Bree said, "Walk away before you lose the option." I said, I'm gonna use that. I gotta start using that. Walk away
I
before
like that.
you lose.
I like that.
He be turning the page every which way but loose, and I absolutely live for it. Like, girl, what is this? Pink, what? What are you talking about? Speak English. Damn, Pink, your only friend? That explains a lot, Paige. It explains a lot.
They say don't touch her pen.
Oh yeah, so Mimi says I was hoping that Aaron walked into the salon, but it was Trey instead. I think I was nodding in and out with this part because what the hell was Trey doing there?
That's what I want to know. And Trey got on my nerves. So he walks in and he's like, what's going on? And he finds out that Pam's cream messed up this woman's edges. And Karen was like, I knew I shouldn't have like that's what I get for going in business with you. And Trey told me some Karen, don't do that. She already feel bad as it is. I'm gonna need you to shut up because you overstepping. Don't tell me how I need to feel about anything that's going on with my business.
And she don't feel bad
I
enough.
said, and she don't.
Pam talking about I beat her ass. That's all you got. That's all you got to add. And then you look at the Karen. Well, you the one have all the big ideas. You don't care enough. You're not upset enough to be actually thinking of coming up with some damn solution. You just sit up here looking all cute and in distress, fake distress. Girl. And Trey, shut the hell up. Go deliver something and get out my face.
Please. Pam didn't do enough for me. Like, I understand Pam having this business concept, this business idea, and Pam is true to Pam nature. However, if you believe that your product did not do this to this woman's head, this is what we're gonna do. You're not gonna come here requesting no $400,000 from me. This is what we need to do. I suggest you take me to court, and this is how we're gonna handle it. Because at some point, Pam has to conduct herself as a businesswoman. Like, you just,
Hey,
girl, this is what I do. I did no, 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 no. Talk. Like you got some sense.
then you got Miss Marie down at the damn law firm talking about how brilliant you are and how she had to invest because it's just a black excellence at work by way of these two black women. First of all, when Miss Marie decided to invest, she did so into Pam, not Karen. Like, y'all need to be for
Mm-mm.
real. And where's the brilliance? Again, you need to be a businesswoman at some point, Pam. And even if you're still learning, we need to see the process of your ass actually learning, not relying on your goofy ass immaturity and ignorance. And then if that's the case, then Miss Marie need to be speaking to that because, girl, the person that you're describing or the people that you're describing, Karen might be able to hold up her end, but Pam definitely don't. It's not who we're actually getting with this business. So again, why did you invest? You don't know because the writers made you.
There we go. Because the writer, and then my thing is too. So I'm like, now we know for sure you've already invested money into this product that you have absolutely no idea about. You're taking everything to Hayden now after you've already cut a check. That just seems so backwards for this woman to be such an astute businesswoman. How your record label is worth billions of dollars. I don't believe that because
Exactly.
the way you handle your business is not. And I think to me that's where the writing it takes me out of it because you cannot expect me to believe that Miss Marie is such this this great business mind, yet she does things out of order and backwards, especially with someone who has no type of experience when it comes to business. When did you ever meet Karen? Have a meeting with Karen? And not that we needed to see that, but you just come. Well, I invested in these two brilliant black women. Come on, y'all got to do better than that. Y'all got to do better than that. The stuff y'all want to tell us, show us. Get Zach off the screen because he's doing nothing more than wasting time and taking up space.
Period. Literally that.
And I know a lot of people feel that I forgot her name, but homegirl is scamming him and Karen. And my thing is, even if she is, let's just look at how much time is being wasted on these scenes when they could have gone in a whole other direction. Even if she was scamming, why are we wasting so much time with this? Then next week we got Miss Marie coming into the salon, which she did at the end, and you seeing this ruckus going on. What are we doing?
It would be perfect if this girl is scamming because this is what would be the character development to show the growth in Pam and like how Pam and Karen work as a business. But you spend the whole damn 48 minutes with them standing in the middle of the damn salon, not knowing what to do with this while this angry mob forming. It's like you're not even moving the storyline forward. At this point, it don't matter if the girl is lying or if she's not because you're doing nothing with the characters. Child, I definitely ain't see the damn preview. So Miss Marie going down there, but you going to drop off a prospectus and all that stuff for Hayden to check out. Then you going to take your ass to the salon anyway. This is not billionaire activity. I'm sorry. It's just quite literally it's not.
It's not. It's not.
Pam
It's
B said,
giving Miss Marie is not a great businesswoman.
"What'd you say, Ellie?"
Oh no, I say it's just giving that Miss Marie is not a great businesswoman, and maybe she got her millions from her husband. Because
Mm.
I can't imagine you being this great doing stuff like this.
Hello. Naya or Naya said it's been 5 episodes and they still got the same outfits on because we still in the same day.
Yes. Horrible.
My word, my word, my word. I think I
Why are
pointed
we
out
on Sunday?
things that was pissing me off and were ridiculous, but I might have missed a few. Yo, whatever I don't say in this, I'll say in my damn breakdown, which y'all will get, I promise. I'm a little bit more
That's
stable.
literally all it was. Like that's literally all this was. You had the hospital scene. You had Andy at home having a breakdown. The end of the scene or end of the episode, you had Jordan show up with Penelope, slap the
Breaking
hell
down.
out of Andy.
Do we know why Andy was breaking down?
From what I remember, and y'all help me if I'm doing this wrong. She began to reminisce about the things she was saying to Gary in the hospital
Oh,
about when she first fell in love with him and
too, because y'all took 3 minutes to do
reminiscing.
the shit that you already gave us last episode. I don't want to see this little ashy ass flashback no more.
Okay, never will
Hmm.
I let another man control and manipulate me. I said, well, before we even got to the control and manipulation, baby, you was opening up them legs for free.
Hello. And for married
So
men,
let's not do that.
fast not to do that. But even more than just like her remembering what she said, I'm like, girl, did Hudson make you go home and think about everything that you just said? Why do you care? Because you was just not trying to even go down to that damn hospital. Robin had to convince your ass to do it. And now you down here spiraling, questioning your life. Like the through lines don't make no sense, honestly. All the characters just doing shit.
They really are. And I understand completely why this is one of the lowest rated seasons of Sisters.
Mm,
I understand because I get I forgot what I'm subscribed to, but I get the TV ratings after each episode and they
mm.
are ridiculous.
Child, we gonna see Tyler take the reins back. And then he gonna be doing interviews talking about some. See, I told y'all been saying I need to get writers, and then when I do, this is what happens. Well, you also gotta get the right writers. How about that? Because if you would have hired
There we
Erica,
go.
I don't think you would be having this problem.
And then from what I hear, even though he has the writers, he has the last say the way he does his writers' room. So even though they may write it, it's still his voice. I'm like,
Mm,
so why the hell you got them right? You should just write it because basically that's what it is. This feels very much like Tyler, in my opinion.
yeah, child.
Because it's just
I'm
like, where's the story? And I think that's one of the things that's bothering me is that, and I want to get because somebody commented under the live last week, and they was like, if you hate the show so much, stop talking about it and watch it. And I want us to stop trying to tell grown people what they need to do. And like I responded to that person, I said, never once did we state that we hated the show. I said, well, we're going to continue to express our views and opinions about this show. Whether we like it, didn't like it, it pissed us off, or it made us happy. We're going to discuss that. And I think one of the things that I truly love about the community and even you and I is that we can have very open and honest conversations about an episode. Just because this is an all black cast doesn't mean they get a pass for being mediocre
hello.
writing. They don't get a pass for being mediocre. And I will hope if I ever put something out, like if I did something and it wasn't up to par or it wasn't meeting expectations, that people would tell me so that I could perfect my craft and become better. And just because somebody been in the game a long time doesn't mean anything. Because we see the history of stuff that comes out from this person. And with sisters, there's so much meat and you choose to give us scraps. This episode was scrapped. This episode should have been scrapped. It should have never been filmed because nothing happened.
And I would argue, like, to piggyback off of that point of like being able to give constructive criticism within a community that could be helpful. That's what our conversations are. I think that people really need to find yourself a dictionary and keep that in your back pocket because people love to label certain things on the internet as hate. Oh, she hate this character. She hate this show. She hate this. She hate that because you bringing up very real points about where it's weak, where it's strong, where it could be better, but then offering up solutions for like how this thing could be fixed. I don't think that people who are actually haters or just are hating just to hate actually offer anything positive to the conversation. And that's not something that we actually do. Even in this, like I'm pointing out all of the things that stuck out to me because it gave me a horrible watching experience as an audience member who has been invested in this damn show and the characters on this show and have been following them for over 5 years. And I'm really very attuned to what's going on. But in addition to pointing out all of the things that they got wrong, which I can only point out because I've been following and I'm paying attention to what the hell you said prior to, I've also offered up like this is how you don't do that. So, like, is it hate or is it constructive criticism and you hoes just don't know the difference?
I'm gonna go with the latter. Hmm I'm going to go with the latter. And one thing also, even going back to what you said about offering what could make this a much better viewing experience. Just with Karen alone, you have a pregnant character on this show, a good and a good and pregnant character on this show, and we don't see this woman. It's like you. It's like they are dedicated and committed to always putting her in some mess,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of her state. She's going to be in some mess. We talked about this earlier in the chat before we got on with Zach. Every sex is great. Okay, for those of us who have experienced it, we know sex is a beautiful thing and a pleasurable thing. But every third word in tonight's episode, almost out of Zach's mouth, was about sex. Was about riding Fatima's ass. Literally, those were his words. Like, can you not? Can you talk about something else? Like, give it a break.
I don't know if they can though, Ellie, because that takes me to what was bothering me. And y'all know I don't like Rich as a character, but also I still hope for the best for Sabrina, and I want her to be happy. And she's choosing happiness, quote unquote, whatever that is supposed to be for her in this moment with Rich. So I want this to be a fulfilling relationship, and that's the thing that annoys me with them. Every relationship, all roads always lead to sex. We don't get to see the partners, the male partners, aside from Aaron, that we never get to see. We don't get to see the male partner actually investing in the girls' likes and interests and like aligning their lives with their lives. And like the thing that is sustaining every single relationship, every single romantic relationship is all of their sexual chemistry and the frequency in which they have sex. I don't actually believe that any of these couples should be couples because y'all not even actually creating lives together. Y'all are just hunching constantly or talking about hunching.
Which go back to Danny, who told Sabrina that her and Tony have sex 2 to 3 times a day and even more on the weekends. I said, what?
Girl, you gonna sustain that for the rest of y'all's lives. Cause what the hell? But you know what? You don't actually have no hobbies or no other interests other than drinking and smoking. So I guess you don't have nothing else to talk about. You don't have a farmer's market that you want to go to with him and vibe out because you don't keep no damn groceries and you don't want nothing out of like hoes are so vapid at times. I can't. Like Ellie said, sex is amazing. If you have experienced it, sex is amazing. Nobody is denying that. But there's so much more to life. And to me, oftentimes the sexiest parts of relationships or being in relationships, specifically as a heterosexual woman with a man, is like doing all of the other stuff. Ugh, they pissing me off
You
again.
know, Erica, as we sit and talk about this, I am reminded of my baby Aaron in season 2 when he made breakfast for Karen. She didn't have much in the refrigerator, but he, whipped up a meal with what she had. And he was like, she said, I need to go grocery shopping. And he was like, you want to go tonight? We can go back to where we first met. He knows that she loves ice cream. So ice cream always comes up in conversations. He's
Mm-hmm.
great at massaging feet. So anytime, she's stressed or whatever, he does that or she requests him to do it. And this was really a relationship that we saw that was not rooted and grounded in sexual gratification. And we actually saw them have a meaningful conversations. Or when she missed him and called him over before she went out with the girls for the girls' night because she just wanted to see him, hug him, be in his presence. It's like those are the things that matter. People tried to make it seem like Aaron was weak for that. And I'm like, what kind of man y'all want?
Hello?
That's not cute. That won't put a smile on your face. I don't want you. I'm gonna say I don't want you pounding me every second of the day.
Okay.
But I miss that. I miss that moment. Like I miss that. Even though Aaron and Karen definitely, I think they had sex like 2 or 3 times. I remember the conversation. This is before they ever had sex. After the hotel situation, and Karen was asking him like, "How are you able to abstain?" And just having that conversation and listening to his response, and her trying her best to be respectful of his decision making, even though
Mm.
it was a challenge for her. Like those things do happen.
Yep.
Like somebody may be celibate or abstinent, the other one is not, but because they do want to see where this go, they deny themselves of sexual gratification. Like I miss the moments when we could see an actual relationship develop outside of the bedroom. And with these couples, that's all it is. That's all it is. Even with Rich and Sabrina, we were talking about in the chat earlier about how it's like it's cringe watching them. You come to her job trying to bone her in her office, and then after she walks out, she's telling you about your muscle, talking about your penis, and I'm like, can we please?
Please. And it's at this point, it's like, what are you even attracted to in Serena? Is it quite literally just what's between her legs? Because we don't find you finding anything else interesting or any commonality in anything else about our girl.
None.
Exactly. Fatima got a little bit more going on, but Fatima is just offering up cookie constantly, being beat raw and putting out fires.
Mhm.
So again, there's still no space for the man to actually mold himself to fit into her life or to enhance the things that she likes or the things that make her her. It's just so terrible. All these relationships are terrible.
It was terrible. Is that? And I made the Zacos with cream, extra cream. You like the cream. I said what? And then and then before she left, she told me, so when I come home, I'm going something she said, and then you can eat my taco. I said, Tiffany, get the hell out of this house. Get the hell.
Oh my word. Y'all like to laugh for me, pretty please. Because we here out here doing the Lord's work.
Oh, it's definitely the Lord's work because baby, this episode here was uh, extra gal.
One now about that to rewatch. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Anything else that we missed, y'all? Let us know in the chat.
Yes, because my brain done shut completely off.
The whole episode was a mess. That's all I know. That's all I know for sure. It was a mess.
Let me look. Y'all talk about Danny. Yeah, we talked about her briefly. If you're referring to what she was at the restaurant with, or the bar with Sabrina, we talked about that.
She having a damn psychiatric emergency, blowing up her damn therapist line and crossing boundaries because her boyfriend wants to get her a promotion. Oh my God, the world is ending.
He's such a bad person. He's such a bad person. I mean, how dare he want you to excel?
Child. And Sabrina's goofy ass runs down there. How many did you have? Girl, I'd have sent the damn lift for her, and that'd have been it. I'm not coming down there, Daniela. I'm not doing it.
I'm not leaving. First of all, we got Maurice and Paige going at it. And now I'm about to leave them two fools by themselves with my supervision. No, ma'am.
Mimi, you missed the first few minutes, child, of this live or of the episode. Because if you missed the first few minutes of the episode, you saw it at the first few minutes of the previous episode. It was quite literally the exact same scene in different words.
That's a fact.
How long we been on here? Thank y'all for bearing with us tonight. And as we do the audio only, because your girl, she just didn't have it in her. With the shitty ass episode and this long ass day, it equals audio only at best. Oh, we just approaching the hour.
Oh, okay.
That feels like a good amount of time. This episode was not given. Oh, the live. Child. What were you talking about the
This
first
live was kind of all over the place in the sense of we just started talking about stuff because the way this episode was put together and how it did nothing for us, we just started just grabbing and talking.
Tyler only got the other writer so he could turn the blame on somebody else for how bad the writing is because it's very clear he is still full say of what's written. Ooh.
Hmm. You know what? That makes so much sense.
Points are made.
That makes so much sense. And I know that I'm not really versed when it comes to Tyler Perry's TV shows that he has written. That's why House of Pain, the original, not what's out now, will always be my favorite Tyler Perry produced show because he did not write one episode. And I think House of Pain has been some of his best content that he did
Mm,
not write. Because the way that show, the journey that those characters went on, it was so real, so personal, and I felt it. Like I felt everything. Like Janine being gone from a crackhead, her journey of getting her family, it was so beautifully written. And he talks about how his fans know his voice and his tone. I'm like, the people that you had writing that show, where are they? You need to go hire them back. Whoever they and it was quite a few writers. You need to go get them because they brought so much life to that show, and and heart and love and compassion and grace and mercy. That's what's missing. Because I feel
mm,
like with there isn't, like, the heart of Sisters is gone. Like the feeling I used to feel when I first started watching the show, it doesn't exist now. And I'm like, it's like the heart of it is gone. What story are you telling? Because I have
mm,
no idea.
yeah, same,
I don't know
same.
what's being told. And it's like even with Karen, I understand baby girl choosing herself. I'm not saying that she has to be with Aaron. But what I'm saying is if it's a struggle for you, or maybe not anymore, to accept the fact that he is the father to one of your children. And what does that journey look like? That's a great story.
Yep.
What does that look like? with Danny, Lord, okay, you got all these struggles. You went to counseling. I understand the turmoil that maybe the fact of you acknowledging who you are, but for the past 5 years, we have consistently, as you said, between every 3 seasons, she gets a moment of clarity, then that moment quickly fades. It's like, where are you trying to go? Who do you want to be? What do you want out of life? These are things that we don't know, other than the fact that you want a man who can make you feel good 2 to 3 times a day. That's played. How do you feel about Preston? Because you brought him up today in the episode, and you seem like there's a
Oh,
little bitterness there.
what did she say?
She don't want to hear nothing about country, ragging on him. Married Preston, like I don't want to hear nothing about him.
Who brought him up?
I think Sabrina did. Oh no, Sabrina was about to, and she was like, don't you bring up Preston."
Why was Sabrina bringing him up?
I think she was trying to compare, and this is sad, if I don't even really remember. And if y'all can help me out in the chat, I think she was trying to compare how Danny relationship with Preston was and how it's like reflecting where she is now with Tony.
Um,
But I'm not 100% sure because I don't remember vividly.
yeah, because well, I don't necessarily know if she's punishing Tony specifically because of Preston, or she's just punishing Tony because she don't deem herself worthy, but yet she won't stop dating. I don't know which one it is, but maybe that's where Sabrina was trying to go with it. Robert K says Tyler's still racist, and nobody convince me otherwise. I still want to do a review for Beauty in the Black. Go ahead, help me with that.
Who you are?
I think so. Because at this
Baby,
point, like,
I see you all my love, baby.
I want to do I guess I'm going to do a video on Tyler's writing. Because on the one hand, I want whatever artist, creator, whatever you deem yourself to do whatever is on your heart to do and speak to your voice. Like I have been advocating for like Tyler when Divorce in the Black came out and people was ripping him a new one and like so critical of that. I was just like, y'all want him to be Ava DuVernay and he's Tyler. Like he don't need to be Ava DuVernay.
True.
It also comes down to like you also can't not progress within your art, within your scope, within your lane. So like yes, you might not never be critically acclaimed writing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be the best of the best as it pertains to writing, but you do have to follow specific basic foundational screenwriting shit and you do have to put more into what you're giving us, especially if you are demanding so much of our time and attention. Like this is a 1 hour show. You just dropped what was it, 8 episodes, 8 hours of content, similar bullshit writing. Like at some point you got to take responsibility for the amount of time that you take in people's lives, very very busy lives, where we all struggling to make it. So I don't know, I'm like in a weird space where I want to like have grace and empathy and all of that for him as whatever artist he's going to be, and like speaking to his authentic voice, but then also I struggle with just not feeling like I have a clear understanding of what the fuck it is that he's trying to say. And that's the part that pisses me off more versus it just being bad writing. Because if I knew what you were trying to do, or you were communicating like, okay, this is what I want and this is what I'm trying to say, then I could probably respect it more.
I agree with that because I've seen a lot of film and I watch a lot of like Sundance, a lot of short films that or like low budget if you want to call them films and stuff like that. And it's like I see where they were going. They just didn't execute it well. But I could see the story. Okay, I'm like, okay, I see. All right. And it's like with Tyler, I agree with what you said. I have no idea what he's trying to tell us because the theme of You have these four women who are friends that are maneuvering through life and relationships and their professionalism in Atlanta. Okay, but you got to tell the story because that's not really happening in this moment. Stuff is just happening in this moment.
Yep.
And I struggle with that too because I don't know I don't know the story he's trying to tell about anybody. Overall, individually, I have no earthly idea, none at all.
But yeah, y'all. Those are my thoughts on this episode of Sistas, honey. Any final words for you, Allie?
I'm not doing a review of this episode. Um, I will pick some stuff to talk about from the episode, but I'm not doing a whole episode review. I can't. Because I mean nothing really happened, but I'll take some parts out and talk about it. And so I've been filming. I want to start this nostalgia thing, and I did a couple episodes of Moesha. I don't know what happened. I did Love Jones, Brown Sugar, and the movie Double Platinum with Brandy. However, I have to go back and re-record those all over again. So I'm starting like a nostalgia playlist that's gonna focus on all of those old movies in the '90s and
Yeah.
because they made me feel good. They made me feel great. And so the angle I'm taking from it is I'm going to talk about how I felt when I first watched it and then how I feel watching it now as an adult and the different perspectives
Mm,
of that. I was talking to somebody with about Moesha, the episode where she told Kim and Niecy about the dude Omar Hakeem's cousin being gay, and a lot of people was riding Moesha for that. And like I get it, but I'm like a lot of people are speaking from an evolved place and not where they were when they were 16.
mm-hmm.
And so I want to give both perspectives of those situations. So y'all be on the lookout for those videos.
Yes. And y'all see what I'll drop when I drop it. Cause it just is what it is. Thank y'all for sounding off in the chat. If you catch us on replay, feel free to post a comment because, like Allie mentioned, we do still be reading them after the fact. Yeah, stop telling us that we hate the show because you're just wasting your damn breath. Okay. Um,
Okay.
and thank y'all for joining us for another episode of our Teleperry's Sisters Live After Show, Our Sisters Keeper. We'll see y'all back here next week. Not the same time because I won't be late next week. I won't be traveling, just get light and all of that jazz. But hopefully the episode is better, so then I'll be reinvigorated with that. Okay. Um, little Mister, I don't know what his name is a teamer. Ben, what is his name? Paul. Paul is a teamer, but also he's in House of Vicious opposite Tammy Roman Redrick. He has a new film coming on Peacock tomorrow, y'all. Starring Imani. Was it Imani from Family Business? I can't remember her name, but it seems like it's gonna
Oh,
be cute.
that's the one. That's the one with Lil Scrappy and Just Hilarious.
Yeah, it's called Hey, I Love You. So y'all check that
I
out on
just saw
Peacock.
it. Yeah.
I posted about it on Instagram. Y'all can start to check the Instagram for more updates. Reasonable Doubt got renewed for season 3. I'm excited. I think we're
Yes.
at yeah, I'm gonna try to keep y'all posted a little bit better with all of the socials and whatnot. Follow at ericabain.com on everything. And I'll see y'all next week or in the videos, whichever comes first. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
And we're clear.
All right.